Grace and peace to you from Grace and Peace to You Nuggets here in Lexington, Virginia. Um, there's a song that goes like this. In a time like this, in a time like this, in a time like this, whoa, I want the Lord to help me. You know, there are times in our lives that we desperately need help. We trick ourselves into thinking we can do everything on our own, and then when we fall flat in our face, we usually cry out to the Lord, whether we're an atheist or not. That there are when you're in the foxhole. It's been said everybody believes in God when the bullets are zinging over your head. At a time like this, do you have a time like this that you need the Lord to help you? You might not want, but do you need? Are you in a time like this today? We get ourselves in situations, and it's easy to see through our own experiences and as you read God's Word that even God's people that He chose to be a light to the rest of the world, they chose not to follow Him. I'm reading through Ezekiel right now. It's just, His people were a mess. His people are still a mess. We're all a mess, and we fall short. And the only way we can get through this life, and the best way, is with the Lord's help. I challenged my kiddos this summer. Hopefully they'll remember and go back to it, to look at John 15, 1 through 5, when it's talking about the relationship we have with Jesus and hunkering down, abiding, being with Jesus throughout the day. Because apart from Jesus, we can do nothing. You're like, oh, I'll do a whole lot without Jesus. Screw him. I'll do a whole lot without being like those Christians that are getting on my nerves. Screw them. I know. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with certain Christians, but when you actually get to know who Jesus really is and you really know the real Jesus, there's a big difference between what is plastered and across media and what really is. And I know you do a lot of things. We all can do a lot of things apart from Jesus. But are we truly living life and life to the fullest it can be? Well, John 15, I'll read that in a minute. But I want to go to Psalm 121 because it goes along with the song I just sang. I lift my eyes toward the mountains. Where will my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to slip. Your protector will not slumber. Indeed, the protector of Israel does not slumber or sleep. The Lord protects you. The Lord is a shelter right by your side. The sun will not strike you by day, or the moon by night. The Lord will protect you from all harm. He will protect your life. The Lord will protect your coming and going, both now and forever. Where do you lift your eyes to? To whom do you lift your eyes? Where will your help come from? Like I said, John 15:5 says, apart from me, you can do nothing. And I read the whole verse, John 15, 1 through 5. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vineyard keeper. Every branch in me that does not produce fruit, he removes, And he prunes every branch that produces fruit, so they will produce more fruit. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I in you. Just as a branch is unable to produce fruit by itself unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. The one who remains in me and I in him produces much fruit, because you can do nothing without me. If anyone does not remain in me, he is thrown aside like a branch, and he withers. They gather them, throw them into the fire, and they are burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. My Father is glorified by this. You produce much fruit and prove to be my disciples. My friend, I know I need the Lord to help me in a time like this, and I get a lot of those times. I don't know where you're at, but I admonish you to cry out to the Lord and ask for his help. And if you don't even believe there is a Lord, I want to put you to the test and at least cry out and say, if you're real, prove yourself to be real to me. And you know what? If you're serious about that, I can guarantee that he'll show himself to you. In a time like this, I want the Lord to help me. We all need the Lord to help us. And I pray that you find that help starting today. Grace and peace to you from Grace and Peace to You Nuggets.